Hi Capricorn. Sorry, I'm so excited to do this one. Because, well, you know why. If you're into astrology and you watch these things, you know why I'm excited for this. Jupiter has just entered your sign. Congratulations. And, and also, you have my utmost respect and admiration, possibly more than any sign, for dealing with Saturn and Pluto both in your sign. You guys are having the biggest effect on the world today, I swear. People learn so much from your karma, your life, your decisions, your lessons. You are more impactful and influential than possibly you realize, but I suspect you would like to know. So, there we have it. Jupiter has entered Capricorn and it is going to be such an interesting year for you, and it can go any way. Jupiter, your energy is so different to Sagittarius, and Sagittarius being Jupiter's sign, you guys have a better grip on the practical element of life, and thank God for it, because without it we wouldn't have, we just have a bunch of dreamers. You're needed, is what I'm trying to say. And Jupiter being in Capricorn it's so much better for our decision-making process, I suppose. But for you guys, there is some kind of familiarity here. Now, the last time Jupiter was in Capricorn was 2007, I think. And you can think back to what your life was like then. For a lot of you, you're possibly too young to have had much significance going on. But with the Six of Cups here, it's a real sweet energy straight off the bat. Sagittarius season is the 12th house. Mercury enters Sagittarius in the 9th. And it is all about soulmates. The 12th house has a lot to do with soulmates. It's a lot to do with soul connections, your soul tribe. Soulmates don't just have to be romantic. They can be a friend that just gets you, that you just connect with. And for a lot of you, this is reuniting with people over the Christmas period, the holiday season, whatever. This is you reconnecting with people, and it feels lovely and it feels sweet. So that's a pretty good start to Jupiter being in your sign, don't you think? Okay. The Empress. This is you, sitting pretty, ready to accept all the gifts that Jupiter is going to give you. And hopefully that's more than just a bunch of bananas. But what I also see with this is that if you're dealing with a Taurus or a Libra, there's a real sense of kinship there. There's a real sense of kindred spirits. It's kind of I've known this person before. I understand this person. And it doesn't have to be just those signs, by the way. It's a feeling of camaraderie, of connection, for a lot of you, it's your romantic ideal partner suddenly shows up and you think, where have you been all my life? And then you realize, I suddenly can't imagine life without you. How cute, the lovers. Wow, that's beautiful. Venus is in your sign, of course. How did I miss this? The lovers, Venus is in your sign. If you're single, I don't think you're going to be single for very much longer. Obviously, you kind of have that choice. I'm not forcing you to go into a relationship. But the Six of Cups, the Empress, and the lovers, it just feels like love is looking pretty. And if you are not feeling that just yet and you think, I can't possibly feel that can't possibly happen, trust that it will, please. Just have a feeling. The Chariot. Oh, moving full steam ahead in the right direction. Things are taking momentum. Mercury's out of shadow. Things feel good. You're getting a momentum. You're getting somewhere. What beautiful, beautiful cards. Seeing the beauty in the world. Jupiter is going to expand what you focus on always. King of Cups. Your emotional side is going to be so nurtured under this season, particularly as we move into your birthday season. And we have that beautiful new moon solar eclipse in your sign that is riding so close with Jupiter. It really is a lovely month to be a Capricorn. And you may not be fully aware of it, but Venus conjuncts Pluto on the 13th. I'm not forcing you to go into a relationship, but this is a feeling of camaraderie, of connection, for a lot of you, it's your romantic ideal partner suddenly showing up and you think, where have you been all my life? And then you realize, I suddenly can't imagine life without you. And when Venus conjuncts Pluto, there is this kind of intensity to romances and the ability to transform them. On the same day, Mars in Scorpio, which is your friendship sector, trines Neptune in Pisces, which is your communication sector, giving your heart a voice, giving even your friendships this lovely rosy glow in December. Three of Wands. You know that something's on the horizon, even those of you that are sitting at the moment thinking, I don't really know what you're talking about. Nine of Pentacles. You know that something is on the horizon, something is coming in. And the full moon in Gemini in your work sector as well, there could be a little bit of frustration in the work front. Ooh, around this full moon. There could be. Don't sign anything. Give it a minute, give it a breath. Take your time with work matters, I think. Take your time. Your work houses just aren't lit up. But when your sign is lit up, and it is lighting up, your sign's lighting up pretty good. But whenever it gets into your season in the new year, yes, make lots of decisions. But the Devil, Queen of Wands, Seven of Swords, I just feel that if you make decisions at work at the minute, you could be manipulated, or you could be under false pretenses, or you could be dealing with a fire sign in the workplace, Capricorn, that I just don't know that you want to be going into business with. I don't know that if you necessarily want to trust this person. The full moon in Gemini could expose this, but it could also confuse you. If you have this little niggling feeling that someone is trying to persuade you to go down a route in work that you know is counterintuitive, and I laugh because you naturally as a Capricorn have a business head, but just be careful, particularly about sharing your information with people in work, okay? Maybe keep it to yourself. Maybe keep your private life to yourself, your intentions. I think in terms of your work, Capricorn, you just need to be careful that somebody isn't making promises with their fingers crossed behind their back, you know what I mean? Especially fire signs. In Sagittarius season, they can make grandiose promises that they just can't keep. And you're in a good position because the 12th house is all about your spidey senses, your intuition, those little gut feelings. Your gut feelings will be strong. Just think about it. And if it's not a fire sign, I do think it's a colleague. They might be making bigger promises than they can keep. And dare I say, somebody could be a little bit, when you come into your own, somebody could be a little bit jealous of it. They could feel threatened, they could be a little bit jealous of it. Just be mindful of that. The rest of it is looking just so lovely. So bear that in mind. Jupiter trines Uranus on the 15th. Uranus being in Taurus, which is your pregnancy sector. And it's also your pleasure sector. But I say pregnancy because Queen of Wands and the Seven of Swords can be an unexpected one, so just be careful, because we have the Empress here, we have the Lovers, we have the Six of Cups, we have the Queen of Wands, we have Jupiter trining Uranus in your pregnancy sector. It's so lovely, it's such a romantic energy, it's so positive and pleasant for you. But if you don't want to have a baby, just bear that in mind. Ten of Wands and the Ace of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles. Your sense of duty is so admirable. Don't get me wrong. I love Capricorn's sense of duty. You guys go above and beyond. And particularly when it comes to matters of career and your most intimate relationships. A lot of the time, I find that Capricorns show their love through duties of care. Kind of being there when you need them with advice, or helping them out on a project, or helping them out with food, or cleaning, or practical matters. Just that's kind of your act of service at times, I think. Rare are the Capricorns that are gushy. I don't know though, Uranus and Taurus might change that a bit. But look, somebody might want to help you. Could be another earth sign, could be a Virgo, a Taurus, or a Capricorn. you're so intrinsically linked with Taurus this month. So your interpersonal relationships with Taurus are very linked. I think those of you that are struggling with something get a helping hand with it from a fellow Earth sign, and those of you that are doing well will help a struggling Earth sign. You know, there's this kind of feeling that career-wise, the support is real. Your sense of duty is admirable, but just make sure that you're not breaking your back when somebody else has a very light load. You know what I mean? Balancing that out. Delegating isn't easy. Asking for help is harder. You'd be wise to know your limits. Even with Jupiter in your sign, Jupiter can expand the thing that you're focused on, and if you're overworking, you can end up manifesting yourself so much more. Ask for help or refuse it. For sure, the Gemini full moon is going to expose where you could be doing more or you should be doing less, or those around you that you work with closely should be doing more or could be doing less. It's delicate. But in terms of career, there are things that are hidden, particularly with your closest of colleagues. Just be mindful that you don't get lost in their trap. Keep yourself to yourself. Keep your plans private. King of Swords, the Hermit, and Judgment. When Venus moves into Aquarius on the 20th, and that is your second house. Venus being in Jupiter is, well, Venus being in the same sign as Jupiter, particularly when it's your own, is pretty good. When it shifts into Aquarius, it puts a lot of momentum on getting your finances in good shape. If you're dealing with an air sign, if you're dealing with an Aquarius, a Libra, or a Gemini, you guys have to make a very significant decision, but you don't seem to be making it together. It's almost as if you're both doing your own thing. And I think privacy around the Gemini full moon is positive, but I also think just keep your partner in the loop if you have one. Bear in mind, when Venus goes into Aquarius, you could become too preoccupied with finances and neglect the people that need you the most. Don't do that over the festive season in particular. I know you'll want space. I do think you also have to make a very important decision on your own, but leading up to that new moon solar eclipse in your sign, it's pretty transformative. And it seems to be something to do with you and you only. So while love is looking good and partnership is looking good, you still have to keep your own interests and your own career and your own ambitions. Do not get lost in the people around you, because a lot of people are going to want involved with your glory, you know, with your good stuff. I think just be present in the moment, especially when it comes to making your own decisions. It's going to be your year. It doesn't all have to happen in the first month, although we're getting off to one fantastic start with that new moon solar eclipse in your sign. And I think a lot of people are a bit jealous of that, and I understand, because it's very good astrologically. It's very, it's really very special. But what they can't see is the fact that with such heavy, and to an extent malefic planets, I know that Saturn's your ruler, I'm not slagging, but to have those heavy planets in your sign is actually very, very intense, and it's really pushed you in some areas. And I think Capricorn's the sign that does the best out of Saturn. Obviously it's your ruler, but it doesn't mean it hasn't pushed you. And with Pluto, it's certainly transformed you and made you rebirth a few times, possibly even change directions in ways that you couldn't have imagined. And it's certainly tested your nerve. It's certainly tested your commitment. And Jupiter being in your sign, I think, is pretty well deserved. And it gives you this sense of good karma. Like you feel as though if you've kept your karma clean, you're going to come out of 2020 very connected, doing very well. If your karma has taken a hit or two, it's a new start. New moon solar eclipse is a very promising new start, Capricorn. Just remember that while you have to make some decisions on your own, it is not the same as isolating yourself. The people that love you and support you and take care of you deserve to bask in the glory with you. The people that have ulterior motives or not really been consistent or been there, don't. Doesn't mean you have to cut anybody out of your life. It just means you have to be a little bit more private with your plans because you've such a good hand. Such a good hand. It would be a shame to let it be tainted. But we will go into that more in the extended. We'll go into the earth signs, the air signs, the water signs, and the fire signs. And we'll get a bigger picture on what's really going on. I'm going to draw one more card. And happy birthday, by the way, for late December Capricorns. I will wish you happy birthday in the mid-monthly, of course, and then it'll be January and it'll be all about you. But for now, because it is Sagittarius season, it feels like Capricorn season because of Jupiter, because of Saturn, because of Pluto. Ooh, medicine woman. You are a channel for divine healing power. Divine healing power is right. Irene, peace. There's no need to worry as everything is working out beautifully. Keep telling yourself that. That's a great mantra to keep, I think. Green Tara. So you could be delegating. Ask others, including me, to help you instead of trying to do everything yourself. Did we talk about that? We did talk about that. The 10 of Wands, Ace of Wands. Delegating is hard, but it's harder to ask for help. And the High Priestess. Your intuition is spot on this month. Follow it. Sagittarius season. It's all good. Very strong. When Mercury moves into Sagittarius in the 9th in particular, trust that gut instinct. Around the full moon, the truth is anybody's guess. It's very busy. Be a bit more private. Just in work. Keep your partner in the loop though. Might want to do that. And let people know you're interested if you are. You guys don't realise how stony you can be with love interest. It's just so funny to watch sometimes. So just make sure that you have your intentions clear romantically, because romantically everything is so good. It's so good. But just make sure your intentions are clear. Not bossing you about, you guys know what you're doing. I will see you in the extended Capricorn, and if not, I'll see you in the mid-monthly. Loves you. Bye.